All right, good afternoon, everyone. So we've been talking about characters, right? And about character traits. And yesterday we learned a few things about characterization and direct characterization. Today we're going to take that one step further and learn about indirect characterization. Here's the learning target. I can identify a character trait and provide evidence with direct or indirect characterization. So, could someone remind me what characterization is?
The process the author uses to describe a character.
Good. Now, Kelsey, when the author is using direct characterization, what are they doing?
They're telling us.
Good. They're telling us who the character is, what their personality is. And yesterday we had come up with an example from our reading The Hunger Games. Kenny, could you read it out loud?
You can do this, Katniss. You're the bravest girl I've ever met.
Right. And what is the author telling us with that quote?
Katniss is brave.
Good, that Katniss is brave. Now, indirect characterization is a bit different than direct. Instead of telling us, the author is going to show us who the character is. Now, let's pause for a minute and think about everyday life. All the time, you're meeting new people, you're interacting with your friends, your family, and they're constantly doing things that can show you what their personality is. For example, if I work at a soup kitchen every week, what is that showing you about my personality?
Caring.
Good, that I'm caring. Now, what if I'm walking down the hallway and you bump into me and I say, "Hey, watch out"? What would that say? Right, that I'm mean. So we can learn things from people's personalities by what they say, by what they do, by the faces they make. Those are all things that can show us what a person's personality is. It works the exact same way with characters, right? But instead of us reading them, the author is showing us what they are. So the author will write things about the character's actions, about what they say, about the faces they make, and those will show us their character traits. Sound good? All right. So in front of you, you have a handout that has a quote from the text that we've been reading. Could someone read it out loud?
I reach her just as she is about to mount the steps. With one sweep of my arm, I push her behind me. "I volunteer," I gasp. "I volunteer as tribute."
All right, good. Now, I would like you guys to take a moment and discuss in your small group how this quote is an example of indirect characterization. All right. Now, what did you discover?
It is indirect.
It's indirect characterization. Good. And what is it showing us?
And Katniss is brave.
Right. And Athena?
It's showing us that she's brave because it's not telling us exactly that she's brave, but instead she pushes her out of the way, which is an action.
Which is an action. Good. Great job, guys. All right. Now, on the other side of your handouts, you have a chart that I want you to use when you're reading. On the left, what does it say on the left?
Trait.
Trait. Good. And on the right, it says?
Evidence.
Evidence. Good. Now, when you're reading, if you find a quote like this one that shows a character trait, I want you to jot it down. And on the left, write the trait that corresponds. What you can also do is, if you're reading and you finish a chapter and you say, "Wow, Katniss was really smart in that chapter," you can write smart and then go back and look for an example. Okay, last thing, quick, we're going to learn a chant. All right, everybody up. All right. T-R-A-I-T, character trait, 1, 2, 3.
T-R-A-I-T, character traits, 1, 2, 3.
First, read the text. Do it well.
First, read the text. Do it well.
It's a must if you want to excel.
It's a must if you want to excel.
Then look for traits that are direct.
Then look for traits that are direct.
When you find adjectives, you are correct.
When you find adjectives, you are correct.
Indirect traits aren't quite the same.
Indirect traits aren't quite the same.
Only through actions can they be named.
Only through actions can they be named.
All right, guys, have a good day.